So, it's Halloween, and every year I try and make a headdress, something different each time, and do a makeup look with it, and I use it for Halloween. This year I've been a little bit conflicted because I sort of know what I want to do, but I'm not quite sure about how I'm going to go about it. I've sent off for some plastic bone hands. These are supposed to be real size, I suppose. They really are, almost. So yes, I bought 3 of these. Well, actually 4, because they come in sets 3. My daughter's going to use one. And I thought that I would make a sort of bone tiara. Then I picked up this tiara this morning, and I actually thought, ooh, would they look really cool on the front of this? And then I thought, well, then that's not what I was really going for, because I want it so that it's quite austere, but then if I want to then put black roses and do a Day of the Dead look, it would work. So I'm going to go back to my original idea, which was to make a bone headdress. So I have a big bag of clay that's not so good, and a bit of nice silky white clay to go over it so I can make my bones. And I'm going to have a go at making a bone headdress. I'm back in my little studio, my happy place. I can't tell you how much I love having this little room, and it is a tiny little room. At the moment I haven't got a lot of light because there's a big storm going on outside, so we'll do the best we can to make this not too dark. I've got my lamp ready to go on the table. When I sit at my desk, this is my view. You can see why it makes me happy. All these little bits and pieces, little shrines I've made, bits of embroidery, all these little miniatures, and it's just like such a cool place to be. Even real scorpions and fake bugs that I've made, and all sorts of bits and pieces, but it makes me happy. My room is tiny and it's a mess, but it's mine. I found a plain headband. I will have to keep in mind that it's got to be stretchy, but luckily this foam clay is fairly bendy. As I said, this is not such a good one because it's sort of dried out a bit. It is very difficult to keep it moist, but what we're going to do is we're going to take chunks of this. This one actually smells quite nice. I think it's half psychological in the sense because it's sort of tangerine coloured. Almost think it's going to smell of oranges. It doesn't smell of oranges, but you know, hey. So I want to make little bone sort of discs. I've seen ones that look like vertebrae, but I think that because of drying time and, you know, waiting for bits to set and everything, I think that's probably going at some. So I'm just going to sort of try and just make it sort of bones. I'm not going to worry about too much about wrinkles and creases in this, because actually I think that when it's all painted up, those will actually add to the old bone feeling of it. I'm more interested in getting it. Now obviously what I want to do is I want to get this well and truly into here. So what I'm going to do is, before I go any further, I'm going to squish this around my headband and join it on. I'm going to leave the ends out. I want to get that sort of bone shape whereby one bone would fit into the socket of the next. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that done. Put a little bit of detail in. First bone done. Now what I've done is I've left a little bit of open at this so that if I have to stretch it one way or the other, it's not going to break.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
got to wait for these bones to dry before I can paint them and before I can attach the big bones to it. So I'll come back to you shortly and show you how we're getting on with putting it all together and painting it up and attaching it all to each other. And then hopefully we'll come back again after that. So I recorded this before, and would you believe there was nothing on it because I hadn't actually recorded it. So I'm having another go. I finished the headdress. I had to just get on with it. Things have been super crazy this year. I've had events to organise, parties, all sorts going on. So I didn't get to do my normal proper thing. I'm not going to film me putting all the makeup on. I think you've seen me do that often enough. I'm just going to get on with it and then I'm going to film the finished effect. Now, I did already do it once, as I said, and I didn't film it, but that night I wore it. I made 2 children cry, literally burst into tears when their parents said, oh, come and do a photo with me. They stood me next to the child burst into tears. I was scary. So today I'm going to tone it down a little tiny bit. It's for a Day of the Dead party, so I'm just going to try and make it a little bit more sparkly, a little bit less scary. We'll see how we go. Right, so I will be back with some makeup on. See you in a minute. So we're about midpoint, about halfway there. Got the black sides, got the dark eye sockets. I've gone for a coloured lip. Last time I did the teeth, and I think that didn't help making it a little bit too scary. So this time it's just going to be the lip, the eyes. We're now going to add all the pizzazz and doohinkies. So I have added all the twiddly bits. So now I'm just going to put some mascara on, put my headdress on, put my bugs on, and I will come and show you the finished piece. All these come in packets. They're stick-on pieces. It's just I use several different packets with several different bits to make it go where I want it to go. I've had to use some eyelash glue under some of them because I've reused ones that I've used before, and obviously they don't like to stick on you twice. So eyelash glue works for that. I'm also going to use eyelash glue to attach my cockroaches, because no self-respecting Day of the Dead body, skeleton should go out without her cockroaches. So I'm going to glue my cockroaches on. Did you see my earrings? Very, very cool skeleton earrings. So now, hair, crown, what every girl needs to go out in, a crown with a bloody great big beetle in the middle of it. And I'll come back to you with the finished look. Okay, so we have our bug bone crown, we have our henna and paint bones on our arms, we have cockroaches, beetles, and then all over my jacket there are creepy crawlies. I did have to stitch them on in some were pinned, some are stitched. I don't know if you can see them. I'm doing my best. I'm doing a terrible job, but I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. So that's my Halloween look. I know it's going to come out late. Nothing I can do about that. This Halloween has been absolutely crazy. Next year we're going on strike. I'm not going to do costumes for everybody else. It's just got out of hand now. So here we go. My grandson is going to be my escort for the evening, and I'm looking forward to a lovely Mexican dinner, tequila, and Day of the Dead shenanigans. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed. Keep following, there's always more to come. See you soon.